Alright, I'm back, and today we are going to take a look at the Toyworlds Hardbone, aka Hardhead. And there he is in his tank mode. I wanted to look at the brainstorm today, but mine came missing his daggers, so I've got an email out to Big Bad Toy Stores to see if they can replace those for me or not. But yeah. So we'll do him now, and then we'll do that one later. So here he is in his tank mode. He does roll very well. He does have the little wheels down here that roll, which is nice because not all third-party companies, if they're treads, they don't always have wheels to help it roll. So it's nice that they did that. I don't know what these big wheels here are for, because they're not rolling. It's the tread wheels that are, so who knows. Cannon can rotate a little bit, and it does have a hinge, so it goes all the way around. Shoot things, I guess. You can have this big yellow barrel or go without. I'll probably end up going without at some point. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like it. So pull these guns off, and this was their first Headmaster that they did, and as I said when I decided to sell my Fans Project figures, that I think their Headmasters might be a little bit better just because of the size. So pull this cannon off here. The pegs in there very securely. You can open up this canopy here, and here's his little Headmaster. Pull him out, set him off, and here he is. Here's the little Headmaster dude. And I like how his little head, if it will focus, yeah, there you go. His little head is very similar to the big head. The big head is just on the back, so Fans Project is more superior with their Headmasters when it comes to that, because their heads kind of collapsed in and just made it look like a backpack. But these guys have more posability. So arms are on ball joints, so it goes up, down, in, out, good range of motion there. Hips are also on ball joints, in, out, up, down, and the knee is also on a ball joint. So it does get a good range of motion there. So yeah. So fold the arms down, rotate the leg all the way around, and this will just fold up onto his back, like so. Now his legs do not click in anywhere, which is unfortunate. I wish they had just a little peg hole that these things would fit into, but they don't, so it just kind of flops. It doesn't look bad, I just don't like the legs moving when I'm moving the head. But yeah, there's his head. And let's get this big tank thing into robot mode. So first thing you want to do is take this piece here, flip it up, rotates around, and just sits on the back like so. Then you take this piece here, and you want to pull these little green tabs out here and here, and then this section can come up like so, and we'll just leave it like that for now. Come down here, and you want to take this panel here, fold this up, and rotate this piece out like so, and then just extend the leg down, and then this piece will collapse in just like so. And you want to make sure you don't want to put it all the way down and just try to fold it up. It won't work. You don't want to leave it all the way out. It won't work. It's like halfway, and then just kind of feeds into, because there's two tabs in here and here that you're kind of trying to feed it around. Once you do that, click it in, locks in very securely. Extend the foot down, fold it up, and then you can fold the heel back like so. You can leave the wheel down if you want to, but it kind of makes them a little unstable. I like to just push it all the way back, so it's one flat foot. Do the same thing on this leg here, so just put this piece up, extend, pull leg through, come on, there you go. And then this will just kind of feed in there. This will come up, down, and up, just like so. And then you take this little crotch piece up, and you pull these in, and these will lock in together, like so. And once you have those locked in, this piece will come down and lock into the waist, like, come on, there you go. And it all locks in very well. And then you can take this piece here and just kind of fold it up however you want to. Up here, what you want to do is pull this piece down and pull this out. There's little tabs in here that hold the wheel or back pieces in place, and you want to fold those down. And fold those down. And just put this, pull the arm out like so. And you can take this piece and just leave it hanging on the back and pull the fist out. There you go. Pops it in, and there you have his arm. So again, you just rotate this down, extend this out, fold this open, and then just kind of push the fist out. There's no tabs to really get in there, and that's really unfortunate. It's really not wanting to budge today. There we go. Alright, so now you have his arms, and that's the body. Yeah. And then you can just take the head here and plug it in, like so. Locks in there pretty well. I mean, it's not super tight, but it does lock in there. And it does rotate. No up and down, but it does rotate. Nice ratchets. Grab it by the sides of the head, not by the legs. Because those little ball joints are pretty weak. So you might pull the legs off of the little guy. So for posability, his arms go in and out. They do have a ratchet up here as well, where it connects to the body. And then up and down. Swivels at the bicep, bends at the elbow. Hand does rotate. This does not lock in, so it just kind of, or lock down, it just kind of flimses. Waist does swivel. Legs go up and down, in and out. Swivels above the knee, bends at the knee, and then the foot does have a good pivot to it. So yeah, let's see here. In these little panels here, he does have additional weapons. He's got what looks to be like a World War II or World War I grenade, like in Black Ops. When you're playing the zombies is generally what they throw. You can plug it in here and make it a longer rifle if you wanted. I like to think of it more as a grenade. So, just kind of put it into his hand, and he's not going to hold it, of course. Why wouldn't? There you go. So yeah, you can do that. And then in here, he's got a dagger, which you can also hold. Like so. So, yeah, you can dagger, grenade, or silencer, however you want to do it. And then back here, what you want to do is you plug this port here into this little hole here, and the this little hinge on here is pretty weak. So and the port fits in there very tightly. So you want to. It takes a little fiddling to get it in there without it collapsing or moving on you. So there you go, like so. And then you can have it big cannon over his shoulder, or you can have it sitting straight back. Plug his guns into his hands, and you can take this gun if you want. Plug this in here, and you take this and plug it in here. So it's got like more of a rifle with bayonet. I'm not going to display it like that. I'll probably just display it with the dual rifles and just store those, but I just want to show you guys everything. So yeah, there he is. Let's get some size comparisons going. Here he is next to the Secret Mold. He comes up to about mid-waist. So he is a much bigger figure. Definitely bigger Voyager-ish scale. Here he's next to Optimus Prime, and he comes up to just below his head. So he's bigger than a Voyager. I don't have any Ultra class figures within arm's reach. So yeah, he's either a really large Voyager or a small Ultra class figure. Now, as far as the rating goes, the figure itself seems really cool. Execution, on the other hand, leaves a little bit to be desired. As such, I'm going to have to give him a 6 out of 10. And the reason why, there's a few reasons for this. The arms don't lock in very well, or lock down. They lock in fairly well. And then this will lock it in, hold it all together, but it doesn't lock down, so that's unfortunate. Where these little tabs come out and they plug into these arms, it doesn't hold them very well at all. Like when you plug it in, like so, you can kind of see how this is at an angle. It's because this tab seems to be maybe too long, or it just doesn't really do a whole lot of good. So there's that. This port here, like I said, the hinge is really flimsy, and the port the way it plugs in is really tight. So I'm worried that either one of I'm worried the hinge is going to break, either plugging it in or plugging it out. It concerns me on the longevity of the figure. And the biggest point of concern, and here's another irritation. Just watch this arm. It wants to lock in straight down like this, or you have to go all the way out like this. You can't do it like this, because it'll just set itself back down. And I don't like that. If you're gonna do ratchet, make a bunch of little ratchets so that you can just click, 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 click until you find the right pose. But having it either like this or like this, that's not that cool. But what worries me is this. This is what I was worried about with the Hegemon, because a lot of his joints were made with this. This is the clear plastic. Clear plastic is not a very durable plastic. It seems to break very easily. It's brittle, and his feet are on hinges. The entire support of his body is on these little pieces. and you know, you have to pull them out and then fold them over for transformation. It leaves me worried on how long these ports will last. If it lasts, great. I'm very happy with this figure. But if it doesn't, there's no fix for it. I mean, there's nothing somebody could do except for replace the entire assembly. And that's not going to be an easy feat, because you'd have to remold 2 different clear plastics, and then some third-party company will probably come up with a fix, and you're going to have to spend a fortune to get it. And you shouldn't have to buy a fix for a figure like this. So he does have his flaws. So like I said, I give him a 6 out of 10. I think he's cool. I like the size. This is where I want my headmasters to be. Definitely bigger, more like they're in charge. And they should be bigger figures because they're accommodating an entire small figure for their head. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I really like the Fans Project Headmasters. I think they are superior in transformation and design. These guys are awesome because of their size, and they're easier to transform. They're not overly complicated. Not that the Fans Project ones were, but you know what I mean. These guys are pretty simple, straightforward transformations. You do them once and you got them memorized. But I am concerned about the longevity of this particular figure. I don't know if they're gonna. That's like I said. What I'm worried about the Hegemon figure. He was originally had all these clear plastics on him. I don't know if they're gonna fix that for the next release, or not. If they don't, I'm not going to be very happy because he's a very fiddly figure from what I've seen on reviews. But I mean, he could just be fine. And this clear plastic they're using on this thing could be just fine. It could hold up forever. Maybe they found a different design element for it that makes it work better. I don't know. I doubt it, but yeah. I'm not gonna sugarcoat a review. I'm still in it. I got the Brainwave figure. I'm very impressed with him. Like I said, he's missing his little daggers that fit into the sides of his legs. So I'm not gonna do the review until I know if I'm going to get a replacement or not. And then they got the Skull Cruncher coming out, and I will be picking him up. There's no doubt in my mind about that one. So. Yeah, that is Hardbone, aka Hardhead. I do like him. I would recommend him with caution, though. He's a good figure, but I think I don't know how long he's gonna last as a good figure. He could last forever. Who knows? But my guess is probably not. I picked him up on Big Bad Toy Store on clearance, so and I think he was like $60 or something like that, $60-$70. That's more in the price range I think he's worth. Which is interesting because if he's like $60-$70, he's the same price as a Fans Project Headmasters, and he's a lot bigger. And this chest can open up, and there's some details in there. I totally forgot about that until now. Yeah, there's woo, yeah. I mean, it's cool that they add that in without it hindering the figure. Pretty cool. I do dig him. I guess that's all there is about him.